It's all good. So, did you guys have a chance to look at the daily word for today?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I did my morning routine. It was
Yeah, I did.
great. It was a good one.
I like this one. Does anybody
Mhm.
want to read it for us?
I can. If you want me to? Hang on.
I'd appreciate it.
It's on my little app here. Hold on a second. Say the word. Say the word. Let me turn my ringer off in case somebody calls.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I did.
Today's daily word is faith. I have faith the highest and best outcomes are unfolding in my life. Whenever I am faced with a tough situation or a challenging circumstance, I take some quiet time to turn my awareness inward. In these sacred moments, I breathe gently, releasing my fears and my worries. I acknowledge an inner knowing that goes beyond my physical senses as I affirm, I have faith, the highest and best are unfolding. Through prayer, I am able to move my attention from any problem I may be facing, going beyond the appearance of lack to the reality of abundance. I draw from a deep well of faith and open to alternative solutions and infinite possibilities. I move forward in confidence, blessed with faith that love, peace, health, and joy are manifesting in my life now. And from Mark chapter 5, verse 36, by overhearing what they said, Jesus said to the leader of the synagogue, "Do not fear, only believe."
Powerful statement.
Yes, I think that's the best verse I've come across ever.
yeah.
Yeah. Do not fear, only believe.
Only believe.
Only believe.
That's a good song too
Yeah. Yes.
for the music people.
Yes.
That's a good song.
So
It is.
So the question is, when you're looking at this and you're wanting the outcomes of the unfolding of your life to be positive, what does that mean? That means that you probably need to have faith in the highest and best outcomes being positive, unfolding in your life so that you can co-create or emulate them and bring them to life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It also means for me that it's all good.
That it's all good.
So if I'm either concerned or worried or however it is that I'm giving energy to something that might feel or appear to be negative coming into my life, it's only true if I believe it.
Mhm.
Right.
And for me, when I go to that place, it's a place of peace.
Yeah.
That's what really gets to, because I could just go right into the peace of that and know that whatever's happening around me, I'm just in a place of peace about it all.
Well, one of the things that struck me when I ran into this scripture this morning and trying to think about it, I just kind of let it go. And then I was driving to return all the old computers back to the place we got them from, return them to source. And I was getting angry because I went to the wrong place.
Oh.
I went to what I heard. I went to a place on Lisa, not a place on Letha.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, this frustration now because, I committed to coming over here. I have a thing, I have my expectations, and I ended up in the middle of nowhere.
It's out there.
Nowhere. But when I looked up, it was the most gorgeous place I've ever been in this area. And I thought, well, maybe that was just to get me out of myself into that beauty for a moment and change things. Kind of like when I was driving back from McKinney one time to Denton, if I would have been a little bit faster or a little bit slower, I would have been caught. You know what? It pulled me out of the way. So when the construction started, I was in the clearing because I had to go down Old Olympic Highway. And I missed it all. And I still made it. Yeah. So it's getting out of the way of your expectation and bringing to life that which is true or that you want to co-create as true. If I wanted to put that negative energy in it, I could have stayed there all day long, pouting and stomping my feet at the first destination. But instead, I turned around and headed to the right place and got one of the most scenic views on one of the most beautiful days.
Mm.
It's that process of turning it around and bringing to life that higher good, that which you truly desire, no matter if it's health or finances or complications in our life or whatever. It's how do you turn it around? Well, you've got to get out of that cycle. My cycle is I immediately, fuse. I have a tendency of going to that, well, darn it. Right?
That's not necessarily the word I use at the moment.
Right. Facebook.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. We all do that. And my favorite word too. But
I have a habit of being a swear chaplain instead of a prayer chaplain when I get those moments. So let's take it into the part that we know that is the highest and best, and that's what we believe for ourselves. That if the highest and best is for all, let's start with ourselves. So if you would take a couple deep breaths and let me guide you to what I see before me today. With that first breath, you can gently close your eyes. If you need to, with that second breath, you can close off the outside world. With the intake of that third breath, you can tune into my voice if you choose to do so. And with that fourth magic breath, you can come to a place of peace. So I like to start my meditations with gratitude. Gratitude for the beautiful scenery that surrounds me on the physical world, and gratitude for that which has been co-created on the inside of my world, that which is deep inside of me. If my words are your words, that means it's deep inside of you too. There's that peace. There's that place of understanding, that place of comfort, and that place of knowing. We get out of life what we put into it. Whether it be the good thoughts of the heart or the commands we throw out in haste, it paves the way to where we're headed. So right now, let's just imagine we're on a highway to a mountain. The mountain's way off in the distance. The asphalt on the highway has some lines in which you're supposed to stay within. The two yellow lines are the outside boundaries. The two inside lines are the inside boundaries. The two white lines are the outside boundaries. Where you are in your position in the universe, it tells you what side to be on. Here in the US, if we were heading towards a mountain and the mountain was before us, we'd be on the right side of the road. Now, it doesn't mean that our car can swagger or sway to the other side because the asphalt knows no difference. So you can go across the boundaries on the inside or the yellow lines, and you may appear to be going on the wrong side of the road. In reality, you're still moving forward in the right direction, and you have an opportunity to go back to the side that is the one that allows you to pass most easily. If you remain in the left-hand side, your road can be filled with challenges. It could be oncoming traffic. It could be a split in the road where an island's created with grass and trees, or it could be the road has an end. Let's stay on the right side of the road and move towards the mountain. In that process, we had to choose to stay on the right side of the road. One thing I know with my friends is when they travel long distances, they like to bring the joy of music with them. And it helps create an image in front of them, such as country road or climb every mountain as they get closer. But it brings them joy to see most of the travel experience as long as they stay on the right side of the road and have no obstacles. I myself, when I get into that place where there's an obstacle, I sometimes tend to stop, take a few breaths, and ask myself if that really is my destination. For the obstacles may have been placed there to change my timing or my pattern. Now, if it was my choice to veer to the left, that means my focus strayed, and that the mountain before me, which I thought was my destination, was not. Yet if I decide it is my destination, I must, to reach that destination, must alter my path. Today's path was altered by seeing a different angle of the mountain. At first, I thought it wasn't by choice, which sometimes we believe. But yet, when the mountain view opened, it resonated something deep within me that I felt was magical. You too do that when you see things that inspire you, that tells you something different, that asks you to stray or sway. Objects can do that. We often ask for signs when we go astray that lead us where we need to be. I personally use that mantra in the morning where I say, heal what needs to be healed, reveal what needs to be revealed, lead me where you need me, and speak to me in ways I always clearly understand. I grant permission to Spirit to speak to me in these times, way before I ever need it in any situation. We can do that. We can grant permission to Spirit to move through us. We can ask for Spirit to guide our ways. We can ask to stay beside Spirit all the way so that we end up where we need to be at the right and perfect time every time. Great mentors point this out as being in the flow. The difference is, do you want to be in the flow and have your own will be the paddle that creates the back current? Or do you want to let go into the flow and allow the divine course to present itself before you? In the silence, let's ask ourselves this. as I again repeat that prayer for guidance. Heal what needs to be healed. Reveal what needs to be revealed. Lead me where you need me. And speak to me in ways I always clearly understand. And I'd like to ask a phrase to add that inside, sweet spirit, you send off that joy buzzer of delight and awe so that I knowingly know. It's all you. So at this point in our destination to the mountain, while you've listened to my voice and allowed me to speak words for you to follow, I want you to know you have your own choice now for where at the top of the mountain. With your eyes closed and your mind's eyes opened, take a brief moment and inhale and look all the way around. From my mental spot here, I can see everything from the Coast Guard station to Victoria to a whole gamut of friends' houses to the inlet to the Dungeness Spit, all the way down to the John Wayne Marina. And I take that and I circle it, bringing it back through the heart of the Olympic Mountains, and I bring it home here. And I walk through the door at Unity in the Olympics, and I open my eyes to this beautiful day. And we say, thank you, sweet spirit. Thank you for sweet spirit for moving through me, through all my friends, through all my acquaintances, and to all that are out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. So I'm going to invite you guys to all go out and find your joy buzzer and enjoy all the ahas of the day.
All right. Thank you.
All
You
right.
too.
So I'm going to have to walk to the other side of the room. I decided this is kind of complicated to sit up here and run the controls for Zoom and Facebook and all those other things. I'm going to say goodbye from now, and I'm going to leave this beautiful picture of this beautiful animal on this beautiful.
He's back there.
Yeah.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us here live on Facebook.
Okay. We're going.
Have a great week.
Bye,
You
everybody.
too.